Hello everybody, it's Andrew John 100 here, and today I'm going to show you a collection on my Funko Finds a Phrase action figures. We'll start off with Wave 1, starting Freddy Fazbear. He should have gotten a voice in Ultimate Custom Night. Now, Freddy is a pretty good model. Everything about him is pretty good, except for a couple things. He has this weird stripe on his hat, which Toy Freddy should have that, and this is just my figure, but the freckle on here is smeared. And let me see, what else? Oh, he also shouldn't have upper teeth, but it kind of really doesn't matter since he does have some good articulation, and I just like the way he looks. He's a nice display piece. Now on to probably my first one. So as of 2018, my FNaF 1 Funko action figures and my plushies are 2 years old, except for the other ones. Now on to Bonnie. Now, I don't have his guitar. That's because it was destroyed while making Trouble for Revenge. So, like Freddy, Bonnie is on point here. From his head shaped, and he shouldn't have this. But it's not that big of a deal. And like with Freddy, he shouldn't have upper teeth. And he doesn't have any waist articulation. Actually, none of them have waist articulation, except for the Dislocation characters and the Nightmares, which I don't have, by the way. And although Bonnie is in pretty bad shape, his right arm is loose, and same with his elbow. And also on mine, one leg is longer than the other, so he's kinda in bad shape, but he's 2 years old. So, on to Chica. I do have to say, she is pretty accurate to her game. She isn't very accurate to her game counterpart. However, she is closer. Her design is more reminiscent to the Splinks model because of the egg-shaped head, the way the body shape is, and pretty much everything else is from the game, kind of. Heck, even the beak and the jaw looks like it's from the Splinks model. Same with the tuft of hair. Now, this is a pretty... Now, as for the figure, I actually like it. Although the font and the color of her Let's Eat or bib is a little too dark. It shouldn't be a bright dark orange. It should be I think it was a bright yellow, I think. And she should have purple eyes. Instead, they're this yellowish color. And no, she doesn't have any waist articulation. And they gave her silver toes, where they should be just grayish white. And she has this, and it makes this really weird scraping noise whenever I move her arm. It's kind of gross. And now, as for her cupcake, everything is on point, except they forgot the stripes. But it really doesn't matter for me. Okay, so let's just... It can be hard to put a cupcake in her hand, but oh well. Now on to Mr. Overrated himself, Foxy, who is pretty much in the worst shape possible. His head is super wobbly. Unfortunately, I did lose his hand, so I don't really care for him that much. I still like him, but ever since he's been losing. Ever since I got him, he's been losing parts. Funko. This was one of Funko's first FNaF Finds a Phrase action figures. So there are known to be errors. So, but the lighter color on his snout and belly should be a dark red, but not more like this, his main color, but slightly light. And I would have liked it if they painted his endoskeleton gray. But he's a pretty good figure. God, he's in bad shape. Now on to Golden Freddy. He kind of has the same... Now Golden Freddy is just Freddy, but painted gold. And he has the same problems, like he shouldn't have upper teeth, and he has the stripe on his head. He shouldn't have, like, little eyes in here. There should be... I feel like they should have just removed the eyes and painted little white irises. Because Golden Freddy does have eyes. Well, he doesn't have eyes, but he has white irises. And he has a microphone that's removable. So, yeah. Now, before we get on to the Dislocation in line, let's go over these little minis. to be honest, there's not much to say about these ones, except they're just scaled down versions of the Funko figures, except in poses that they couldn't do. But the only new addition here is the endoskeleton from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I like it. I really don't have anything to say about this. These kind of look like game pieces that you use for board games. Alright, now to sister location. Starting with Baby. And Baby looks straight out of the game. I'm very impressed with how they turned her out. Although her hair is a little bit it's a slightly deeper orange, and right here is a slightly deeper orange. But it's not all that bad. I still love her. Okay, now on to Ballora. Now Ballora is another really good figure. Although this right here should be blue, but that's kind of the only error that I could find. Everything about her is spot on, and she came with this little stand that's removable. Now there's a little slot on her foot and a little peg here, and you can just slide it on, and you can put her in decent poses. Like this is the pose I use. This is the pose that she does when she's on my shelf. And she's gonna stay that way. Okay, now on to a character whose gender was finally confirmed, Funtime Foxy. He is a really nice looking figure, except mine is kind of falling apart. Specifically this piece. The gray plastic kind of sheared off. His leg can still be attached, I just can't move him that much. And all the dislocation figures have waist articulation. And it seems like his tail can move, but I'm not going to force it. So, Funtime Foxy is a pretty good figure. Now on to Funtime Crackhead, or Funtime Freddy and Bonbon. Now, all I can say is, this is a massive improvement to the crappy plushie version. The reason why I deleted the plush collection video was because I think I did a terrible job on it. I will be redoing that video. And but I'm not going to say my initial thoughts on the plush until I do the collection video, but all I can say is this looks a heck of a lot better. Specifically, the way it looks. Everything is on point here, from the hat, which is a little too large, and to the colors. I just love the way this figure looks. And Bonbon. Although he's not removable, he's a pretty solid look, except for those eyes. Yeah. Now on to Ennard. Now, Ennard, by the way, what happened to Springtrap is, Springtrap fell apart on me. Yeah, Funko merch isn't the most sturdiest. Now, Ennard is a really good collectible 5-piece action figure. I just love him. He's so articulated, and I feel like you could do so much. So you could put this guy in so many poses, like this. Like, who took my exotic butters? Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Like, yeah, this just looks like a cool pose. But they did mess a few things up. Like, how did they forget his eyebrows? It's just so weird how they Funko doesn't make sense. They removed the eyebrows on the Funtime Foxy plush, but not for. They put the eyebrows on the plush, but not the action figure. Again, that's Funko being lazy, and they rushed things. And they did forget the green stripes. But in spite of all that, I really like this action figure. It's just brilliant. And now, last but not least, is a pretty disappointing kind of clickbait action figure. Glow-in-the-dark baby. More like glow-in-the-dark my butt. There's not much to say about this, other than that it smells like scrambled eggs. So guys, that's it for my action figure collection, and I'll try to get Fazbear Lottery up by next week. But first, I gotta finish the renders on Ultimate Custom Night OC Edition.